Right. So we are back, and I believe that you organize yourself so that we continue. Right. And as I said, I think I discussed with you what the practicum is all about. It is to give you first-hand touch as far as your profession is concerned, that you go to the field to have the real life situation experience in the field. And it is also to help you to develop yourself professionally. And it will also help you to apply the skills, the knowledge, and the principles that we have learned, the theories that we have learned in the classroom, in the field. And then I was also saying that Ghana Psychological Association has some requirement. You know, it is it's a body, a council, it's a regulatory body that regulates all psychologists in the country, right? Their activities. And so we also form part of this regulatory body. We are under that umbrella. And so they have a unified requirement for all counselors, for all psychologists in the country. And as part of this unification, they said that every student, every counseling student or psychology students must take 6 general courses. In addition, you have to complete 600 hours of supervised practicum, right? Now, hitherto, we were required to do 100 hours, but now it is 600 odd hours. Now, we said that the practicum covers an array of areas, and we said that it covers administrative or administration. Some will go into teaching assistant, research assistant, testing, and then some will also go into proper counseling. And we said that it will offer you the opportunity to go into your specialized areas. And some of these specialized areas we mentioned as crisis counseling, career counseling, testing, right? Testing and assessment in counseling, group counseling, premarital or marital counseling, and then psychoeducation. They are all part of the practicum activities that we expect you to do. If you go into your specialized area, you can be a career counselor, career vocational counselor. You can also be a crisis counselor, and so forth and so on, right? Then going forward, we want to say that if you are doing individual counseling, you can counsel children, young adults, the youth, or adults. Okay, so no discrimination. You can counsel children, you can counsel adults, the adolescents, the youth, and the aged. These are all areas that you can counsel. Now, what are the practicum sites that we expect you to practice? The practicum sites is very, very important. It's very, very important. So these are suggested, but there are more areas, more sites that you can select and do your practicum. Now, we have pre-tertiary schools, private and public. You can go to a private school to do your practicum. You can go to a public school to do your practicum. Then, when I say pre-tertiary, you know, the basic schools, right? Then university counseling centers. University counseling centers, okay, you can do it at UCC, Eugene, whatever. You can go there to do your practicum. Churches, remand homes, children's home, then vocational and technical institutions, DOFSU, psychiatry units or clinics. You can do it in markets and anywhere crisis is occurring. I remember last year somebody was doing his practicum in funeral grounds. Funeral grounds. Yes, it's a crisis area where she thought she could offer counseling. Another student also did his counseling at this place, the scrap areas at Kokompe, Abosiokai area. Okay, Yes, it's a crisis area. They don't know that what they are smelling, they are inhaling is injurious to their health and those kind of things. They don't go to hospitals. Their sleeping places are so bad. So he had to go there and counsel them on their health counseling, right? So there are several areas that you can do your counseling. You can do your practicum in hospitals, cancer unit, detoxification units, orthopedic unit, maternity, surgery, emergency units. You can degenerative medicine practices, you know them. And then we have children's ward. You can go to any of these units or departments in a hospital to do your practicum. Now, back to the Ghana Psychological Council's requirement. Now, we said that each practicum student must complete 600 hours of direct contact hours, 600 hours. And I will explain this 600 hours and how to calculate them. Then, yeah, excuse me, right. So the direct hours, you provide counseling for 1 hour. When you provide counseling for 1 hour, you clock 1 hour. So supposing you are having one-on-one counseling, if you spend 1 hour in a session, you earn 1 hour. You earn 1 hour. Now, this new requirement is mandated for all psychologists in Ghana. So you are not exempted. So in your practicum or in the field, you try to get more hours so that you can meet this requirement, 600 hours. This means that you don't have to target one site. You don't have to target one site. You can target 2 or more sites so as to make up the 600 hours. It means that you can select a school and a hospital or a church, school, and maybe a clinic, 3 sites. So you do 1 hour in a church, you come and do other hours so that you can get more contact hours to meet the requirement, the 600 hours requirement by Ghana Psychological Council. Now, I want us to go through some calculations so that you know how to track these hours. Now, supposing you are doing one-on-one or individual counseling, one-on-one counseling. Now, it is 1 hour per session, 1 hour per session. So if you have one session with a client, you clock 1 hour. If you are doing administration of tests or assessment, for example, you clock 1 hour for administering a test instrument. So it means that if you are counseling a client, maybe the client comes with an issue of depression. If you spend 1 hour, you clock 1 hour. If you administer depressive inventory to that client, you score additional 1 hour. Now, when you interpret this test, the Beck depression inventory, if you interpret the test, you have, and the report on it, you have 1 hour to your credit. Now, if you write a case, the SOAP notes, the SOAP is an abbreviation or acronym for subject, objective, assessment, and plan, right? And this is, the 4 components of an organized note. When you are writing your notes, 4 components: subjective, objective, assessment, and a plan. Now, we use this to document patient's information during therapy session. That's what we use, and it is the standard format or standard way of documenting client cases, clients' notes that you'll be taking. So when you write these case notes, you earn 30 minutes. Now, couple, family, or group counseling per session, you earn 1 hour, 30 minutes per group. So couples, you earn 1 hour, family, 1 hour, group counseling. Per session, you earn 1 hour, 30 minutes. Then screening for group counseling. In group counseling, you know that you have to screen and classify them, put them into groups. Now, when you screen them, the screening alone, you earn 30 minutes. Then grief counseling. The first session takes 2 hours. You are credited with 2 hours. The first session, grief counseling, or what you can call crisis counseling, right? It's 2 hours. If I were you, I'll go to places where people are grieving and then score more hours, right? So grief counseling, subsequent sessions in grief counseling, you earn 1 hour per session. Then if you have psychoeducational or outreach program, you also earn a credit of 1 hour. 1 hour. If you go to a school to give them psychoeducation or you give a talk, okay, you earn 1 hour. Then prep for outreach, preparation for outreach, presentation, and preparation for outlines. All these things, when you are preparing to give a psychoeducation presentation anywhere, you earn 1 hour. Their preparation alone, you earn 1 hour. Then crisis counseling. The first session is 2 hours. Then subsequent sessions, you earn 1 hour. 1 hour each, right? If you are teaching, you go in to help in teaching assistants, you earn 1 hour per lecture. So if you follow Professor Nchidanso for lectures, you earn 1 hour per lecture. Then you follow Dr. Detite, you earn 1 hour. You follow Dr. Dankwa, you earn 1 hour as a teaching assistant. If you are a research assistant, you act as a research assistant, you also earn 1 hour per contact hours. Then live supervision, sitting with your client, you earn 1 hour. Then individual supervision, no clients present, individual supervision. Supposing you come to your supervisor, you meet your supervisor, that supervision will earn you 1 hour per session. Yesterday, some students came to me and we had some discussion. I supervised their work and this, and I told them that when you go and clock 1 hour because you have been with me. So individual supervision to you earn 1 hour per session. And then triadic or group supervision, it can be 3, you can be a group. So if you come as a group and be supervised, you earn 1 hour per session. Each of you earn 1 hour per session. Then attending seminars, professional seminars, conferences. So attending professional seminars or conferences. And this one, they said, you must present a summary of the lesson or the seminar you attended with signature signed by the presenter. Okay, that one too, you earn 1 hour per conference. Now, this will be inspected by your supervisors. The seminar you presented, the supervisors will demand a summary of that seminar you attended or whatever you presented during that seminar, signed by the presenter. If you are the presenter, fair enough, you sign, and then you show evidence of it to your supervisor. Right. So these are some of the things that you can do to earn. It is not only one-on-one counseling. You can do group counseling, family counseling. You can do teaching assistant, crisis counseling. You can go for supervision and a whole lot. And you can calculate all these things and get your 600 credit hours whilst you are doing your practicum. So we continue with a scenario. Let's look at a scenario. You have 20 clients. Supposing you have 20 clients and you have 8 sessions each for each of the clients. Now, the 20 clients multiplied by the 8 sessions will have 160 hours. So 8 times 20, you have 160 hours at your credit. Then if you administer a test to each of these 20 clients, sorry, if you administer a test to each of them, you earn 20 hours because each test carries 1 hour. Okay, so you have 20 hours. Then if you interpret the test and write a report on each of them, you earn 20 hours because 20 clients. Okay, so interpretation of the test is 1 hour each. So multiply by 20, you get 20 hours. Then if you write your notes, case notes, for each of them is 30 minutes. So you earn 80 hours. Okay, 80 what? Hours. You know the 20 clients will give you 160 hours. But this one, you have it because it's 30 minutes per client. And so you get 80 hours. Individual supervision at least once a week. Okay, so if you meet your supervisor once a week, and since we'll be coming there, meeting you fortnightly, yeah, every week that we come and you meet me or you meet your supervisor, you also have credit. Okay, then group supervision once a week will get you 8 hours. So you see that with these 20 clients, if you go through all this, these 20 clients will give you 296 hours. So it is easy to make up this 600 credit hours. And your practicum, if it takes 1 month or 2 months, you'll be able to meet this target. Now, how do we prepare for the practicum? Your preparation for the practicum. First and foremost, I would say that you must have a mindset, positive mindset. I know some students, they behave like the proverbial vulture. Oh, there is more time. Tomorrow I will do it. Oh, it's easy. It's not time to do it. And so have a positive mindset right from now that this practicum, I'm going to do it. If you have that positive mindset, if you have that willingness, if you have that enthusiasm to do the practicum, you will do it. You'll be able to do it. So as part of the first thing is that please just consider doing it. Have that mindset, have that enthusiasm and desire to do it, and be intentional about it. Because if you are not intentional and you consider the practicum as a worrying, or we are saddling you with too much responsibilities, you mystify it as something tedious, something difficult, you will not be able to do it. So have a good and positive mindset. Then next is that you select your sites. I said I don't select one site, select 2 or 3 sites. Right, so select your site, and I've taken you through the sites that you can practice. So select the sites. And then next is that you collect introductory letter from your institute. So ITEC PD will give you introductory letter to all the sites that you select. You have introductory letter to introduce yourself and create rapport in this site so that they will allow you permission to do the practicum. Okay, so you will use this introductory letter to build relationship and to seek permission, especially those who are going to hospitals, those who are going to DOFSU, those who are going to foster homes, children's homes. They will demand introductory letter, authority note that have sent you to this site. Then you confirm the size to your supervisor. Let your supervisor know the size that you are practicing. Don't keep them in suspense. Don't hide somewhere and come and say that I'm practicing it, because the supervisors are supposed to provide supervision. they are supposed to provide supervision. They will come there only if they know the direction and know when you are at the site. So you provide them with details of the size and the direction and the contact address to the area. So if you are at, let's say, Achimota Hospital, you must provide the direction. This time around, the GPS is there. So you can forward it to the supervisor so that the supervisor will not go to Kokrobite Beach, but will come direct to Achimota Hospital. I hope I'm clear on this. Then you provide a prepared working schedule of to your supervisor. Working schedule. What I mean is that what are the days that you go to those sites? It could be Mondays and Fridays. Let the supervisor know. And then when you go, what are your schedule? What do you do over there? Maybe if you are in a hospital or in a clinic, you tell your supervisor that I go to this department, I'm working in this department, and I go there on these particular days and this particular periods, so that your supervisor will be aware. If it is necessary that your supervisor visits you, fair enough, then the supervisor will visit you and supervise you. And when the supervisor visits you and supervise you, you earn more credit hours. So it is very, very important. Think about it. Then you need certain things to take along. We have intake forms, then informed consent form. Informed consent. There are forms that you have to carry along. Intake form to admit your clients. Informed consent. The informed consent is necessary when you are creating rapport. And then permission to record. You need this form. Some of these things are documented. Okay, some of these things, permission to record. Some of no, you cannot do it verbally to seek permission. Sometimes they need to document or sign that they have given you permission to do what? To record. Then we have the ORS and SRS and the OQ 45. Some of these things I will implore the lecturers, the tutors who teach you to show you samples of these documents. Then we have the case notes, the SOAP notes template is a template showing you the measures or the criteria to document your client's issues, your client's concerns, whatever transpired. So it is just subjective, objective assessment and a plan. It follows some plan. We want to have a unified form of writing case notes, right? Now, suicide contract sample. Okay, it's also there is a template for it. Excel supervision log and this supervision we have just put asterisk there. We don't normally use it. Okay, we don't actually use it. It's an information that shows termination, right? How you terminate, how you end your session, so that it is a document that you keep that, oh, I dealt with this client, I had sessions with this client, and now we have completed the sessions we have completed with this client. The client is well, and I've discharged my client. So these are some of the documents you need. But for your state, the intake form, the informed consent, and then the OQ, and then the case note, SOAP, are very, very important. And we will try to make some of them available to you so that you see what forms we are talking about. Now, let's talk a little bit about the case notes. The case note, the SOAP, right? So, right. Now, Practicum students' case note must be prepared using the outline given in the guide to Practicum. So, in the guide to Practicum is there. So, we'll make them available, we'll make photocopies so that when we come face-to-face to you during teaching, we'll show them to you. Now, you are to write the case notes immediately after seeing each client. So don't wait. for a week or a day or 2 days to start writing the notes. You do it immediately after seeing the client, and you type them the same day and keep them in your folder. And you know, because of confidentiality issues, you have to keep them, these records, very, very well. We wouldn't expect you to present oral a report. So please do that immediately after you have met the client, and you have discharged the clients, you have terminated the session, you put them down, right? Now, at the end of the practicum, you present these case notes on all your experiences, the tests and the group counseling you have had, the crisis counseling, the family counseling, whatever form of counseling that you have done, you combine and you present a report, what we call practicum report. So the practicum report is just a collection of case notes, on all the counseling activities that you have done in the field. So it can be case notes on individual counseling, group counseling, family counseling, psychoeducational. You write case notes on each of these things, you combine them and present them as a practicum report. Your supervisors will go through and now approve of it, then we'll ask you to bind them with hardcover and present. I hope I'm clear. So the case note is very, very important. Don't delay. Immediately, you start writing. You accumulate them, you accumulate them, you accumulate them. Then finally, you type them nicely, and then you combine them for presentation. Again, we will expect you to have a video recording of clients, at least 5 clients, at least video recording of at least 5 clients. This time, your mobile phones can do this video recording. You don't have to hire anybody to do this for you. But remember, for confidentiality issue, you must seek permission before you do that. You seek your client's permission before you do any recording. And what you do with the recording, you can also have audio recording of your listing. Seek permission and they will allow you. Okay. Don't go and ask somebody, Akuya, come and record me. I'm counseling a client and come and record me. No third person. So you can do the recording yourself using your phones. Okay, so this is a repetition. You write case notes immediately after seeing each client, and then you must also provide video recording of your 5 clients you have seen, right? So on this note, I want to solicit your questions, and I'm ready to answer them and get you your minds on issues. Thank you very much. So I'm soliciting your questions. I'm ready to receive your questions. You mention your name if you want. Yeah, Doris. Doris Osei. Is Doris there? Doris, I can see your hand.
Yes.
Doris, can I hear you? Okay. Any other question? Okay.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now. Your question. Are you Doris? Mention your name.
I'm Doris.
I said, ask your question.
Doris,
I can hear some noise at the background. Some noise at the background.
Okay, please.
It's interfering with, yeah. So your question.
Lisa Shushu.
Prof, please, I believe it's Miss Grace.
Doctor.
It's like she's not aware her mic is on. Please.
Okay. So let her put Grace put the mic off and then allow participants to ask questions. So who is ready? Abraham, are you ready? Abraham Kwanzaa.
Yes, please. I am ready.
Abraham,
Prof.
ask your question.
Yes, Prof. Thank you. I want to ask that in case you are offering counseling for at a training school, example maybe a college of education or a nursing training school.
Okay.
Can you use that place alone, or you can add maybe church and then
Yeah,
hospital?
I think I dilated on this. I dilated on this. For you to make the 600 credit hours, don't focus on one site. So you can select more than one site, 2 sites or 3, if your strength can carry you. Okay, if you have time to do. So you can practice in a college of education, and you can practice also in a basic school, or even and then add a church, because since you'll be going there every Sunday to the church, you can also offer counseling there and get your add to your credit hours. So you are not restricted to one site. Okay, right. Is Doris ready? Doris Osei? Okay, if she's not ready, Zach.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I'm
Zach,
ready,
let me hear you.
Doc, please, Elvis, I'm ready.
I said, Zach. Is Zach not ready? So who is ready? Who said he's ready?
Doris is
Aaron
ready.
is ready.
Who is ready? Doris. Doris, I'll block you. If you don't, I'm giving you this chance. If you don't ask your question, I'll block you. I'll take you off. Doris, ask your question.
I'm ready, Doc. I'm ready. Oh, say that.
Doris, I'm not getting the feedback. I mean, your line there is fluctuation, so I can't hear your question. Let me give the opportunity to Josephine. Josephine.
Okay, Doc. Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to ask, you were seeing the video recording of the client. I'd like to ask, maybe the client will permit you, but the client will not want the face to show. Maybe below the face. Is that also allowed?
Your question again, please.
I'm saying for the video recording.
Yes.
Sometimes the client will want you to blur the face.
Or
not let the face show.
That is good. That is very good. If the clients will allow you, okay, to blur the face, disguise himself or herself, I don't have any problem with that.
Okay, so thank you.
Are you getting it? Or you can record from behind the client, to keep the client in obscurity. So you can record, so the face will not show. It's only the back that will show. Okay. Josephine, am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Prof.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Grace. Okay. Ellis Agama. Ellis.
Thank you, Doc. Please, my question has to do with is online counseling also qualified to be recorded as the practicum activity? Then, if accepted, then how do we record this as well? Then the other question is, being a teaching assistant, whenever the lecturer is teaching, should it be only a licensed professional, or it can be any where the lecturer is not a licensed professional?
I believe that all lecturers are licensed. Okay, the lecturer should be licensed, but don't worry yourself about whether the lecturer is licensed or is not licensed. Okay, the fact that you are practicing, you are being mentored, right? That lecturer can mentor you. So yours is to just to be under him and teach. I mean, be a teaching assistant, and you can clock the hours as required. Okay. Now about your first question, please repeat that. Your first one.
About online counseling.
Online.
Is it if to be counseling someone online, is it accepted to be recorded as part of this practicum? And if it's accepted, how is it going to be recorded?
The online counseling, let me say, we have not taught you the nitty-gritties of online counseling. Are you getting it? So at the moment, as practicing counselors, we will not encourage you to use online. Are you getting it? Yeah, because there are certain things that you need to know before you offer online counseling. And since we have taken you through that, I will not encourage any student to use online counseling. But I mention it here because it is one of the mediums, one of the modes that we offer counseling, right?
Okay. Then, with being a lecturer, can it happen at the senior high schools or the business?
Teaching assistant.
Yes.
You mean teaching assistant?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I don't know. Do the basic schools have teaching assistants?
No,
or certain schools. We don't have them there. It's only in the universities that we have teaching assistants. So that applies to those who are in the university, those who are teaching assistants in the university. So, and no university lecturer will go to pick a basic school teacher and say, come and be my, no, we don't do it like that. If you are a teaching assistant in the university, then your activities as teaching assistants can earn you hours. Okay. So don't force yourself to be a teaching assistant because of practical.
All right. Thank you very much.
I can see Mary.
Yes, sir.
Are you Mary?
I'm using a friend's phone.
You are using what?
A friend's phone.
No, I cancel it. You are using a friend's phone, eh?
Yes, please. I'm David Amponsa.
You are who? David Amponsa?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me use the police terminology. Carry on.
Okay, sir. I read a message on one of our platforms that we can't do our practicum at our place of work. I wanted to know whether that's the case or we can do it.
Your place of work, is there, are you a counselor there?
Yes, we have a counselor at my place of work.
You have a counselor at your place of work? But
yes, please.
You are not the counselor there?
No.
So, well, discuss this with your supervisor, right? And I think that for me, I think that you can do it since the counselor is there to supervise you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Lava Dramado.
Yes, Doc.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the presentation. My question has to do with the video recording. Does that also include maybe guidance programs or seminars, or it is specific to only the counseling sessions?
Everything inclusive.
All right.
Everything. So if you have psychoeducational, you can video tape it, and then no, you can even take pictures of it. Okay, and all these things will feature in your report, and it will earn you credit. Yeah, if you have pictures taken and the video recordings of this. If you are even teaching assistant, you can record. You can record. Okay, your activity there.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Aaron.
Thank you, sir. Please,
before, excuse me, Aaron, before you come in, let me, Lava.
Yes, no.
Okay, yeah. The lectures that you attend, if you attend a lecture, okay, it's also part of that will earn you activities that will earn you credit. Okay, you attend seminar presentations and whatever. Okay, you can take video coverage of all these things, right?
Okay.
Right, Mr. Aaron. Aaron, Kofi.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Please, my question has to do with when.
The line is cutting.
Hello.
Yeah, start over.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Please, mine has to do with those of us teaching at the basic school. Can we do counseling at our schools? That is one. And then the next question is, should we wait to be giving supervisors?
Right. The first question, I think, hello? Hello? Aaron? Hello?
Before we start the counseling session, what if my head is not a counsel prerequisite qualification to technically be my...
All right, Aaron, I've gotten your question. It's clear. Counseling at your school, I think I answered this question, right? And I believe that if there is a counselor in your school, yes, you can practice so that he mentors you, he or she will be mentoring you. Is that clear? Then the second question, should you wait till you are given what? Introductory letters?
No, sir, supervisor.
By your supervisor, be given supervisors?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Hello, sir. My network is bad, sorry.
Am I correct? Regarding your question, am I correct?
I didn't really get what you said, sir.
I said that, are we on the same plane? That you said whether you should wait for you to be given your supervisors before you start.
Supervisor from the institute, that is UUW.
Yes, your supervisors have been given already. They are your tutors at the centers. Hello?
Hello, sir.
They are your tutors at the centers. The tutors who are teaching counseling psychology. They are your supervisors from high-tech PD. Okay. Right.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Hello, Doc.
Who is helloing me?
Johnson,
Senor.
Yes, sir.
Senor.
Yes, sir.
You didn't raise your hand. So you are jumping the queue.
Sir, please,
So
my
let
other question, if not, you have been answered.
Let me listen to Umar.
Yes, sir. This is Umar.
Umar, talk.
Yes. Please. You have already said that we have supervisors. Number one,
Okay.
should we receive the letters before we start?
What letters are you expecting?
Introductory letter. Introductory.
Okay, the introductory letters will come.
Okay, sir.
I assure you, but you can start. If you are able to lobby, or if you are able to create rapport in the centers or settings that you have chosen, I think you can start. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Where you feel that you are going to face challenges, difficulty in seeking permission, then you can wait till the letters come. But
okay, sir.
I will allow you to start.
Okay, sir. Please, and also, how is the recording done? The recording of the hourly sessions that we'll go through. For example, if I go for a training, maybe a training at a school, who will do the recording of the 1 hour? How should it be done?
Will you go and do it with your children? I think you alone. You are going. So if you do 1 hour, then you state it. You record. 1 hour, and we will show you samples of this logbook. Okay, it's a logbook.
Okay.
You do this recording. We'll show you. We'll give you samples. Now you have month and then date. You state the month and the date, and then the activity. Are you getting it? And then
okay.
And then you have supervisor's remark, and then there is hour. There's a session called hour where you do what you write the hours. Yeah, you state it in it. So when we come to face, we meet you in the classroom. We'll show you a sample. We'll give you a sample.
Okay, please, and then lastly, this has to come with evidence that you have attended the training or done the counseling session, the seminar. Yes. So this evidence should it be? Are you saying it should be in the form of report or pictures or signature from the moderator, or how, please?
The seminar is a report on the seminar. Even if you are not the person who is facilitating or giving a talk. So you write a report, okay? The name of the seminar, time, date, place, and then what transpired, what are the topics treated, and your impression about it, and so forth and so on. And then you add pictures to confirm that you were in that seminar. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is it. It will all go into your report, which will form your practicum, part of your practicum report.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Katara. If you are ready, Katara.
Hello, Doc.
Okay.
Hello, Doc.
Yeah, who is it?
Katara, Doc.
Okay, go on.
Yes, sir, my question is almost answered, but I need clarity on it, sir. You go for a session, or you meet a client for 2 hours or 3 hours. Are you going to record just 1 hour because it's a single session, or
yes,
you record it as 3 hours? Hello.
The hours is not calculated by the number of time or hours duration you spend. Are you getting it?
Okay.
Otherwise,
Right,
you go and meet a client and spend the whole day, which is 24 hours. and record 24 hours for yourself. We record the session. Is that clear?
All right.
Uh-huh.
And
then again, yeah, per session. And then again, you see, some of your questions, and when the tutors come to you next 2 weeks and subsequent meetings, you can ask them and they can give you explanation. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
So
Elvis.
My follow-up question.
A follow-up question. Oh,
yes.
Can I allow some other people to answer a question? No.
Yes, this one is very important to me, Doc.
Okay, go on.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. Doc, I intend doing it at 3 sites. Family Teaching Hospital, which has a social work department. Then my school, Ghana Senior High School, where we have a counseling unit and we have professional counselors who are there permanently.
Okay.
Then DOFSU. Am I able to do it, even though their work is not the same thing? Am I able to do it at the 3 sites, even though you mentioned that it's always good to pick 2 or more?
You have answered yourself.
Yes, but my confusion.
You can do it. It depends upon your strength and time, availability of time. I mean, if you have time to go to all these 3 places, fine. And if you have strength to be visiting these places, no problem. But the only thing is that we want to receive a report from each of these sites. Yeah. Okay.
Report from me or from them?
Doc, thanks so much.
From you, report from you.
Okay,
Doc,
thank you very much.
I wanted to find out if we can do radio counseling. For instance, I've worked with the media, and we've been using that as an opportunity, some space allocated to discuss some important topics. So I wanted to know if radio counseling is one of the recommended options. And then secondly, if I prefer to go to a rural area that is deprived, a deprived area to do my counseling, would that attract more hours for me? Or where you go to do it, for instance, how deprived it is, does that determine how many hours you are going to get in addition for me to take some decisions, please?
Okay, so this one is not like incentive for teachers in deprived areas. So we don't distinguish between the sites that you practice. So whether you are practicing in a rural area or urban or semi-urban area, it doesn't count here. We don't consider that. Ours is the sites that you have chosen and the practicum that you have had, the interaction you have had with a client. That's what matters. Okay, so there is no concession or additional hours for practice for the fact that you are practicing in a rural area. Okay, now the first question, you said you are radio something. I didn't get it well.
Yes, I said we have a radio program that deals with counseling, educating children on
that is
morality,
educational program. Yes, it's part of it. It's part of it.
So, Doc, can I report that and present it as part of it?
No. Listen, if you are not part of that program, if you are not presenting that program, it will not be counted. So programs that you are participating, you are part and you deliver, or you are serving as a resource person or a facilitator, then you earn credit hours.
Yeah, Doc, I'm
but
always
if somebody is presenting, you are not the facilitator, you are not the presenter. You can't be counted. Okay. So the next person, Che Bafo. Josephine.
Hello. Yes, sir. I wanted to ask if you do an online seminar, how are you supposed to record it for evidence, or you just write the report about it? If you attend
online counseling or online
if you attend an online seminar. Online seminar. Yes.
Oh, okay. So how do we assess that you were a participant? Josephine.
Yeah, so sir, if it's a Zoom meeting, can you screenshot where you were part of the meeting and print it? Okay, exactly. Sure. Okay,
to show evidence. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good. Who is it? Wakasu. Suleimana Wakasu.
Yes, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you so much for the extensive work you have taken through. I have 3 concerns. First one is a plea on your kind humanity. If the slide you had used to take us through, it can be shared with us so that we will acquaint ourselves more with the requirements. That is one aspect I'm asking. Secondly, I don't know if this recorded session can also be shared through our center coordinators to be made available to us to at least go over and over again. Then the third issue is we all know this practicum is not coming to be an easy task since we are coming to do it alongside our normal lectures. Ideally, we would have wished to start ahead of time, but because we've not had in-depth into it yet, I will plead that our introductory letters are probably designed ahead of time so that our next face-to-face, God willing, we can access them and then see how we can hit the grounds running. This is what I'm putting ahead. Doc, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your suggestions. Yeah, the last suggestion is taken in good faith. We'll work on the introductory letters so that you kickstart as soon as possible. Then the second one concerning the recordings, yes, we'll make the recordings available, yes, to you, yes, and then the slides, but the slides will not be given to you, the students. The course tutors will be also briefed or oriented on these slides that we have given, so that when they come and you have any concern, they will be able to address it with you. So that's what to do. So the slides will be given to the course tutors. They will be addressed with these slides, and so that when they come and you ask, you have any concern, they can address them for you.
Okay. Now, thank you so much for this response.
Okay, I have Mary's hand up. Mary, are you ready for your question?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mary, I think Mary will be the last person.
I'm the one. Okay,
Mary,
sir.
oh, okay, actually.
Yeah, David, I'm the one, sir.
Yes, doctor.
Okay, go on.
My question is the content of the practicum. Should it be dynamic? Let's say the activity that you report on or you record, should it be dynamic such that you have a section on maybe seminar, a section on one-on-one counseling, a section on this, that, or it can be 1 week, like seminar up to get your 600. Like, is it compulsory that it should be dynamic, or it can be 1 way?
No, I open you up to several dimensions that you can have your practicum and earn your credit hours. Okay, so
yeah,
you can attend a seminar. If you attend a seminar, you clock some hours. If you are at a psychoeducation, you have psychoeducation, you can clock. If you have one-on-one counseling, you clock. If you go in as a teaching assistant, you can also clock. So it's more, let me say, dynamic, right? But when you are reporting, the reporting pattern is said that all individual counseling, you group them, you report, and then group counseling will also followed by psychoeducational, and then all the other aspects. You don't mix them up. That's what we expect you to do. Yes, but you have different, diverse areas that you can have practicum and end your. But at least as a counselor, it is not only individual counseling that you are expected to do. You do group counseling. You do family. You counsel families. You do psycho education. You can attend seminars for professional development, workshops for professional development. You can go for lectures. You can visit your supervisor, go for supervision. All these things will earn you credit hours. Are you getting the point? Yeah.
Yes, please.
So that is it.
Okay.
Yeah. So time is fast spent, and so if I'm not able to Dramado, you have already asked your question. Then Katara, you have asked a question. Your hands are still up. Okay, let me pick last two questions. Last two questions. Who is coming? Gloria Khan.
Yes, please. Doctor, good evening.
Good evening.
We are so grateful for the insightful education that you're giving us. Please, my question is, for instance, if you are doing group counseling, and the number of the clients in this group counseling is they are about 500 or 300 to 500. How will you award yourself? How would the hours be rated?
500, the normal 500 or 300.
For instance, maybe.
Hello, I've gotten your question clear.
Please.
I will not accept a group counseling members to be 400, 500 like that.
Okay.
And I believe that this semester, this session, you'll be taught group counseling. So your lecturer or your tutor will help you to know. Group counseling, you don't have so many students. If it is less psycho-educational, maybe you pick a topic, you say study habits. Okay?
Yes, please.
Effective study habits. Okay. And you give this talk to the students, 500 students.
Yes, please.
Fine. You earn 1 hour for delivering such a talk. Are you getting it?
Yes.
You don't call it group counseling. Group counseling, you have few members. You should not even exceed 10 or 12 in a group.
Okay. Yes, please. Yes. Thank you.
Good. The last. Who is there? Sulemana has already spoken. Then that's it. Okay. So, any other person? Yeah. Any other person? Okay. Right. So, dear students, I think this is how far time will allow us. We want to end here. We want to call it a day. And I want to congratulate you and say thank you for coming on board and to listen to me give this orientation. I believe that you have learned certain things. You have learned something, and it is going to help you so much in this practicum exercise that we're going to have. I wish you well, and I wish that you how do you call it, gathered momentum to start this practicum. And like I said, when your tutors come along, they will help address some of the issues or some of the concerns that I have not been able to address in this seminar session, this orientation session. I wish you good luck, and I wish you well. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, Doc. Thank you.
Very much, Doctor.
Prof.
We are most grateful.
We are grateful. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hello, hold on. hold on. The coordinator, Dr. Inusa, would like to talk to you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, Doc.
All right.
Good evening, Doc.
So far, so good. We are done with the orientation. Now you can kickstart the process of practicum. And before you go to the field, letters will be shared. Letters will be shared for you to use as an entry point to your practicum. But then our attention has been drawn to the fact that some of us don't attend lectures. We only avail ourselves when it is time for exam, which go against the university's protocol. So we are advising that whoever that thinks the program is a part-time program and will not avail themselves for lecture, when the attendance sheets are brought and we cross-check and you haven't met the minimum of 10 or 11 lectures out of the 13 weeks, it means you are deferring the course or the program in totality. Then you take it again with those that will be admitted by September this year. And not to be a victim, what will you be doing? You need to attend lecture and make sure you are not a victim of that. That is for your information. Whoever that is not present today, carry the information along with you and get them informed. That is what the coordinator of the program is saying. And it's not coming from my own mind, but the records of the University of Education, Winneba Graduate Study says, if a student is unable to accumulate 11 out of the 13 weeks of lecture, that student is not a student. The student should defer the program and retake all courses all over again. So don't be a victim. That is what I have for you. In case you have any other information that you want management to carry on and help you or address, you can bring that on board. Then I'll carry it over to them before we end the session today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Doctor. God bless you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, Doc.
Good.